The Megalodon shark is considered to be the most dangerous shark to have ever terrorized the waters, but it went extinct 2 million years ago, according to scientific research and analysed evidence. However, millions of people believe that the Megalodon shark is still alive and just has to be rediscovered. And the day someone manages to prove it, the shark will no longer be considered extinct. However, much like Bigfoot, we don't have concrete evidence so far and have to rely on unprofessional sightings to determine whether or not the massive beast is alive. And if it is, then where we should start looking to find it. That's the topic for today's video, and we're going to take a look at 10 separate incidents in which people saw insanely big sharks that might be none other than the amazing Megalodon itself. So hit the subscribe button and let's get started right away. 10. The Coast Guard rescue in Brazil. In an intense rescue of a Coast Guard in the stormy seas of Brazil, one of the most popular sightings of the Megalodon is believed to have happened. If you pay attention to the top right of the screen at just the right time, you can see a gigantic shape walk past the person that is being rescued by the helicopter. While we often see whales of this size, the shape is what determines the creature that we are witnessing, and the brief shape that we can see of this creature is much closer to something like the Megalodon shark, rather than a conventional whale. Not to mention the gigantic size too. 9. South African boat attack. In South Africa, a group of people were happily sailing around the ocean and trying to catch fish. Unfortunately, they overstayed their welcome as they kept trying to catch fishes even late at night, and if there's one thing that we all know, it's that the water is filled with hundreds of mysteries we don't even know about. Eventually, their boat was attacked by an unrecognizable shark, and since their boat was trembling due to the weight of the attacker, the footage is very hard to notice. However, most people believe that the sighting indeed proves that it is a Megalodon that this group of people encountered. Unfortunately, we will never know for sure because the people on the boat were torn in half due to being wrecked with bite marks on the front. The camera was waterproof, so we luckily have the footage today. 8. The Mexican baby Megalodon. In 2014, a group of scuba divers discovered what appears to be a baby Megalodon. Why isn't this just a big shark if it's not the size of a Megalodon? The reason behind that is the fact that it's too big to be a normal shark, so that clearly means it's a different type. Yet it's also not big enough to be a whale shark by any means. This means that it's a shark that is of small age and will grow up to be even bigger than it already is, which is what led many people to believe that this might be none other than a baby Megalodon shark. Whether it's true or not has never been scientifically confirmed, as the shark wasn't found again. But the fact it disappeared might be another sign of it being a Megalodon, as they are in hiding. Before we continue with some pretty steady evidence of the existence of Megalodon, please make sure you hit the like button on this video. 7. Google satellite sighting. An extremely viral image of a top-down view of the Bahamas shows what seems to be a Megalodon shark. Of course, it can easily be another type of shark too, as many of them exist in the current time and day. However, it should be kept in mind that Google's satellite imagery is taken from a very high distance from Earth, so anything that's still visible with the proper shape is sure to be something special. Especially when you see the patterns of the body on the shark, it resembles the Megalodon more than any other whale type. However, it should always be kept in mind that sometimes such imagery is doctored or simply oddly shaped rocks. 6. The Mariana Trench sighting. The Mariana Trench is one of the deepest parts of the Earth's oceans and is believed to be the home to many mysterious sea creatures that we have not discovered yet. That's what brings us to this particular sighting, which was caught on camera by a Japanese marine biology study, in which we see an unidentified, massive shark-looking creature roam the seas. Normally people would assume it's a whale shark, but the video shows many characteristics of the shark which are not found in the whales, and that is what led millions to believe that this fish is indeed the Megalodon, since it appears to be nearly 60 feet long and has unique body patterns that we don't see in others. 5. The David G. Stead sighting. One of the most popular Megalodon sightings comes from 1918, so don't expect any high-quality imagery to go with it. However, it is a very detailed sighting that comes from a reputable ichthyologist called David Stead, who talked about it in his 1963 book, Sharks and Rays of Australian Seas. The shark that he and his crew encountered was allegedly 300 feet long, and due to their experiences with other sea creatures such as whales, they were quite certain that what they are looking at is a unique type of shark, not a whale or a whale shark of any kind. Unfortunately, there's no footage to back this claim, so we all have to take it with a grain of salt. But keeping his reputation in mind, it's certainly possible that David did see a real Megalodon shark in his adventurous life. 4. The mysterious Australian bite. An Australian fisherman called Jason was trying to fish a small shark for the day, as he found a perfectly healthy bronze whaler shark. As he successfully baited it and was about to haul it to his boat, something even bigger came out of nowhere and bit a large chunk of the shark's body off, leaving just a little bit of it behind. Since it happened too quickly, Jason was not able to take a proper look at what ate the shark, and says that if the shark was not eaten, it would have a weight at approximately 250 kilograms. So whatever ate such a big part of a small shark must have been a big creature in itself, and this led many to believe that this was none other than the Megalodon, since a usual white shark isn't fast enough to disappear so quickly right after a bite. 3. Whale attacking Megalodon. We've seen cases of megalodons attacking human beings, such as the tragic story at number 9. However, what this one person accidentally caught on his camera while just trying to record a whale happily jumping around in the ocean at night is believed to be a giant megalodon jumping out of the water and attacking the whale. It seems to have taken a bite out of the whale and then disappearing back into the vastness of the water. Whether the whale lived or not after being bitten so brutally is unknown, but it certainly was injured severely, and no other shark could have attacked a whale so ferociously. 2. Discovery Channel's Megalodon mockumentary. Discovery Channel is generally known to be a reputable source for all things animals, whether it's those that live on the land or those that swim deep beneath the seas. However, back in 2013, they made a documentary which was filled with alleged sightings of the Megalodon creature, which included random clips and images. The science community and its enthusiasts quickly voiced an uproar, saying that Discovery Channel had lost their respect and have become a joke after using what have been proven to be doctored images and footage. However, the community that called it all a lie consists of those who are extensively researched on the matter. Thousands of viewers ended up believing it all to be true and thought every single sighting in the documentary is indeed a Megalodon. And the fact that it was the most successful Shark Week episode does not help the case. It was only later when people understood it's not real. All of this is not new though, as at one point Animal Planet made a fake documentary about mermaids, so be careful what you see on TV. 1. Whale shark. Rhynchodon typus. When the word whale is next to the name of a shark, you know things are about to get massive. The whale shark is the largest fish in the world, and it's an endangered species that is found in tropical waters exclusively. They're surprisingly harmless to humans due to the fact their diet consists of plankton almost exclusively, so they are often confused to be the Megalodon by thousands of people. After all, seeing a shark as big as a whale would make anyone think of the coolest thing in the back of their heads, and that just so happens to be the Megalodon shark right away. Fortunately, these sharks have become popular with tourism because humans can swim with them thanks to their harmlessness. That's it for this topic. While many people believe that several of these sightings are indeed true, there are those who believe every single one of them is fake. So make of that what you will. But one way or another, the largest shark we do know still exists in the world without a speck of doubt is the whale shark. So at least we have something that we can easily believe in.